Welcome back to iHeartRadio. So bad it's good. Listen, we have a returning guest. We've been talking about doing this for a while, so this is going to be a really quick, just like an amuse bouche of part of this Vanderpump a Palooza episode that you have. But I just heard some information that she had said on Kristen Doty's excellent podcast, which you've got to check out if you haven't. I'm hoping to have Miss Doty on pretty soon, and she's really, I mean, the information she has just jaw dropping. But this next guest has been with us a couple of times now. It's been a minute since she's been on last. You might remember her as the seamstress in season 9 of Vanderpump Rules. She used to be the co-host of Sheena's Shenanigans. She's also a non-playable character, is what she likes to refer to herself in the Vanderpump universe. But overall, she's just a really great person, and she's been so great to me, to the show. She's one of those, like, she's like a connector. She connects people. It's really hard to explain. But anyways, also she has a hand in Something About Her as well, which we need to go support when that opens. Janet Elizabeth, welcome back to the show.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. It has been
Listen,
a long
thank
time.
you. It really, this is almost 10 o'clock on a Thursday night. So the fact that you did this with your busy schedule, I really, really appreciate it. But I read something today. I didn't get to even hear Doty's podcast yet. I read something that like my jaw dropped, and then I found out you were the person that was on it that gave this information. Now I'm telling you, go listen to Doty's podcast for the full conversation, and also our buddy Jared Lipscomb's on it, and Jared's amazing as well.
Yes.
But you have like been over at Ariana's house. You were one of those people that have been supporting her. Jared was talking about this on this show. There's a team of people that have been just really behind Ariana and just giving her strength. But there was a piece of information given out of Ariana at Watch What Happens Live of like, yo, there's like Rachel's been writing Tom letters, or there was one. I didn't open it, of course. But then you gave a piece of information. Can you give that piece of information to the audience if they don't know it yet?
Totally. And I will also remind me at the end to give you Brittany's theory that I heard today that I have not talked about yet. But so I have been meeting with Katie and Ariana often for Something About Her stuff. Go check out the merch. They're moving along quickly. It's going to be awesome when it's open. I've had some sneak peeks at stuff, and it's going to be so cool. I'm so proud of them. But so while we were meeting, I saw a postcard from Raquel to Tom. I don't want to give away where it came from, but let's just say it had the name of a place on the front, and it had a bunch of lightning bolts all over it. And without giving away too much of the contents, which I feel like so also, I guess, it's not.
Wait, does Bellevue have postcards? Like, is it like a hospital? Is it like a Cedar Sinai? Or
no, it was just like a city name on the outside.
Okay,
like the example I gave was, it was like Ohio with lightning bolts in the background. It's not Ohio, but it was like that. And I'll just say it was very vapid letter. If I was like, when they say it's nothing to write home about, this letter was nothing to write home about. Like,
but Jen, that's my whole thing with Raquel. Like, I don't know her like you guys know her. I have not ever been able to get a beat on her personality. The times I've hung out with her, I didn't understand it. Like, she was always nice, but I didn't really get it. And so this is all craziness that's like sprung up around her, but her herself has never been really, like, I'm trying to understand what all these guys see in her, like Schwartz and Sandoval.
I always thought back before all this, of course, like everybody else, thought she was really sweet. She was fun to be around. She was very welcoming, kind. Those are things. And all of us knew, like, she says some stuff sometimes that is a little DNS or whatever James says. But, it's just one of those with the territory. Like, she's nice. She means well. But I guess when you take away that, the nice and means well part, when you destroy someone's or participate in destroying someone's life, then it's like, I guess all you're kind of left with is DNS. So.
Well, you never thought she was a threat.
No.
Like, I wouldn't ever go like, oh, you got to keep your eye on that one. Like, that's why I thought that's why it was like, I think it hurt even doubly, is because, like Ariana said earlier in the season, I didn't think you had it in you in regards to Katie and Schwartz.
Right. No, totally. I would never in a million years, because I heard, rumors and things. Lala, said some stuff, and I was like, that's interesting. And there was this one time where, I was in the pool with Tom and Raquel, and Ariana was inside, and they seemed a little off. I thought maybe they were just on drugs, but like they were, well, I got in the pool and I was really hammered, and there was something where I was like,
Tom's like, get the fuck out of here, Janet.
No, I mean, other
Leave.
people were with us. Other people
Okay.
were with us. Schwartz, there was probably 8 people in the pool, but there was something going on with them one night where I was like, oh, maybe they're on something that I'm not on because I'm drunk, but they seem to, there's a different kind of
Yeah, no, yeah.
going on here. Oh, but I will say, so I saw this postcard. The contents were very boring. It was just like, I saw this card and obviously thought of you, I guess, because of the lightning bolts. And
Yeah, I guess. I mean, by the way, my prediction is that it literally says like Tucson and it's lightning bolts with a couple cactuses. Like that's my thought when I hear it. But the fact that we're still keeping this lightning bolt going, like
it's
how high school are we gonna get? Was there any kind of emo band lyrics in the writing?
I really didn't believe the lightning bolt thing. I just thought the lightning bolts have always been a part of the Tom Tom logo and
Yeah, the
sweatshirt.
mythology. Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, like, Logan, that Logan, he has like a lightning bolt earring that he's always wearing. And, I didn't think it was exclusive to them until I saw that postcard. And then I was like, oh my gosh, they really do have this like corny, cheesy lightning bolt thing that they're doing. And I will say, so I was talking to Brittany today and she was like, isn't that weird that she sent that postcard after Ariana went on Watch What Happens Live saying that she wasn't opening the mail? And I was like,
so there was like mail that you would open, and this was a postcard. So it's like you have to see it.
Did she somehow hear that Ariana like, oh, she's not going to open my mail? I want her to know it's from me. We're still a thing. So I'll write a postcard so she sees it. I mean, she's sending the stuff to their house. So that's it's a disrespectful thing to do. So I wouldn't maybe put it past her if she put something out there that she knew Ariana could see and read.
These people have ruined lightning for me. Like there was a thunderstorm in Los Angeles. I like totally ruined it. The other thing though is, I mean, I don't know if Rachel has, internet wherever she is right now, but I would say like, listen, like, I don't even know if they're still like Tom seems to be enjoying people in Austin right now. Yeah. It would be interesting if Tom seems like he's potentially moved on, or he's just still in his cheating phase. Since he knows what it's like he wants to feel like a single man again. Yeah. But it's really dark to think about. And that's what I like. You guys are so close as a friend group, yet a lot of you guys aren't, major characters on the show, thank God. And people have a hard time accepting this is real. But just so people know, this is real.
It's 100% real. I mean, like, can you imagine if it weren't, and you would expect this many people to keep a secret? And do you think Tom Sandoval would ever allow him this much public humiliation and shame? And
that's what I'm saying. He's like a pseudo narcissist, so there's no way he cares what people think of him.
100%. He is not liking this. He's also delusional. I'll give you another little tidbit of tea that I heard a couple hours ago. Tom, and I won't say who he texted, but Tom is still texting people extremely close in the friend group that are very publicly Team Ariana, saying things like, hey, my band's performing like in here and here. I know you have friends there, or I know you're from there, and if you want me to add your friends and family to my list, cool by me, bro. And
dude, when Jared read that one text, when he just didn't seem to know, like, come on, Jared, you know me better than that. I was like, why would you write that after you did something horrible to his friend and then go, you know me? Obviously, there's a part of that you guys didn't know him.
No. I mean, this is one of those things where you feel like a mask was taken off and you're like, oh my gosh, like I thought of Tom Sandoval as a very nice guy before this and incapable of doing this. And one of the only ones who wasn't cheating or hadn't cheated. There were actually nights and times where I talked to him and I remember specifically pointing out, like, it's so nice. Like, you're like one of like 3 people on the show that hasn't participated in cheating. You've just been cheated on. He's like, yeah. Like, I mean, he really went along with it. I thought, and Jason was just talking to me recently. He goes, I had a really like late night conversation after many beers with Tom Sandoval years ago, where he still was like, I didn't have sex with Miami girl. Like, no, He was like, why are you so doubling down to me then? It's just, there's a lot of stuff where I feel like we were lied to for a very long time, unfortunately.
It is weird. And I wonder, but what's going to be that moment where he realizes of like, oh, dude, maybe I am kind of like, there's like bad elements of me. Like, even in that, just like that reunion, it was just such a, not even an ass kicking, but of like, dude, you got to realize like the fact that you're like sleeping with Ariana, then go and mess around with Raquel and then go back to Ariana's bed. Like, that's more than just falling in love with somebody else. That's evil.
It's dangerous, as some would say.
James Kennedy, by the way, he has our hearts right now, which I'm like, don't blow it, James.
Yeah.
Don't blow it. Because he could blow it at any second, and people really like him right now.
Yeah, his one-liners, he's just on it right now. He is really on it. I love it.
He's in the moment. Something about her, they talked about the merchandise making just such a good amount of money that got that business going. They said it would be open at the end of May. I think we are at the end of May. Is there a projected opening yet for something about her? I think I'm talking to Katie tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think there's an exact date, but I will say, like, this week, if you go peek your head in there or, you know, look through the window, you'll see like the booths are in there and installed. I think that I think they're waiting on like chandeliers and chairs and a few other like stuff, but the big stuff is like installed right now. The walls are painted. Everything's like coming into play, or, you know, coming together.
Yeah.
So it's going to be great. I would say it's not going to be much longer. I mean, I think if Vanderpump starts filming at the end of June, which is what I've heard for the next season. I mean, depending on what's all going on with, you know,
whatever this big secret is, whatever the big secret is.
I don't know whatever, but yeah, whatever the thing is, once they sign everything, I would say that you will see it open next season on Vanderpump.
Would you like to announce on this show that Jax and Brittany are coming back now? Would you like to announce that right here for them? Jax keeps teasing us, Janet. Jax is like, big announcement coming soon.
I mean, you're going to see Jax Taylor back on your TVs. I don't think it will be Vanderpump Rules.
Whoa, that's a big deal. Okay. And then, so
he's been saying he'll be back on TV. There's no way Jax
Taylor said that for years now. You've been like, wait, why did they stop doing that watch along? That was awesome, actually. I watched that and I actually liked it.
They were only signed up for 3 episodes.
For 3?
Yeah. I think they just, yeah. You'll see stuff with them soon, though. I love that they're kind of dipping their toes back in now to Bravo. Kristen too. Like, I think it's great that they're kind of coming back, saying their piece, but I don't think any of them will ever fully, you know, go back. I don't think it's the right place for any of them right now either.
No, by the way, like, because you don't want to put yourself back in that toxic situation because it brings out bad things in people.
They're all, it's all just, yeah. I think that they've moved on and they're in a different place in life. All of them right now. I think them going back for stuff. And I think I would never rule against seeing any of them on TV again at some point.
I DM'd with Jax last week, which is a sentence I never thought I would ever say. And he was like, well, what did you see in Sandoval? I was like, I thought he was awesome. He was like, I said, he was like a real hero of mine. I looked up to him. He's like, you did what? That guy's disgusting. He was like full Jack. Goes, you did what? That guy's a loser. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, I'm sorry, Jax. Okay. So you're friends with all of these people, though. The season is over. Reunion is almost over. I'm so excited for 3 weeks from now when we can just put all of this to bed.
Oh my God.
I mean, this is going to be exhausting. I mean, did you ever think, because you've been around Sheena for so many years. You've been around all these people. This has been an explosion like we've never seen in any reality television. You've been along for that ride.
It's been crazy. And since it exploded in the beginning, and do you watch the Never Before Seen episode?
Yeah, who do you think you're talking to? Of course I watch the Never Before Seen. What?
So the most recent one, I think, they show an extra scene of Tom and Raquel where he's showing a video of all of all
these people. She never let me have parties at the house, you guys.
So I was there that night. That's the night. So I had no idea he took a video of all of our cars blocked in the driveway. But he came in that night, yelled at us. He was like, you guys better not be drinking my alcohol. It's all I'm still a homeowner here. I still pay half the mortgage. So no, you better not be drinking my alcohol. We were all like, it was like 10 of us sitting around. I made a huge pot of French onion soup because Ariana like hadn't eaten that much.
Yeah.
Like, she was like barely picking at stuff. She inhaled French onion soup, which made me so happy. But it was like 10 of us sitting around laughing, crying, like Ariana screaming and throwing, like, you know, getting angry about stuff. And then and he walks in thinking we're having a party, and it was so much more a funeral than a party. And so when he was then complaining and comparing that to one of his birthday parties to Raquel, I was shocked. It was just another example. I'm like, you really don't get it. Like, we're not partying. We're not drinking your alcohol. We're sitting around eating French onion soup, crying about how you broke this girl. Like,
I like that she was like, I wasn't invited to the breakup party. Why wasn't I invited to this breakup party? It really is. And I said in the recap for tomorrow, I was like, this dude, I don't get the moving out thing. Like, I've been like, we both had relationships break up in the
you
past.
get
Like,
out of there.
I get out. Like, I slept in my car. Like, there is no way I would ever, like, that is so dark to me and so selfish, because he could live with Schwartz, for the love of God.
He could get out and go somewhere for a while. I mean, for the money he's paying to still fund his band tour, he could have gotten an apartment somewhere and done something a lot better. But in that never before scene was the first time I've seen an ounce so far of empathy from Raquel when she said, I'm glad Ariana has people around her supporting her. And I was like, wow, even Raquel's saying it. And Tom's like, yeah, but she didn't like when I had parties, so I don't know why she's having one. It's like, oh my gosh. He just,
Well, it's exciting for this to be over. I don't know where season 11's going. I don't think you know, but hopefully something about her. Would you, and I know your husband, Jason, would you sign up for season 11 because I know they're probably talking to everybody that's actually friends with these guys right now. I
don't think Vanderpump Rules at my age of 33 and pregnant is the right move for me. I can't imagine. I don't think anybody wants to see like a big pregnant lady screaming at somebody.
You don't have to be screaming. You could be crying. You could be yelling. I mean, like, come on. There could be tons of things.
I don't know. I don't think it would be for me. I don't know. I mean, maybe something one day. I don't think Vanderpump would be it for me, but I'm really excited what they do. And I'll always go to my friends' birthday parties and openings and stuff to support them. So you will always see me being a recurring extra in the background, or an NPC, as I like to say, a non-playable character.
Well, you are a very playable character in all of these, actually. But no, you've done, you've like been behind the scenes on so much of this stuff, and it's been so amazing to see how people have rallied around Ariana and this. It really, like, it's nice to see good things happen to good people, and I'm really excited for something about her. And you got to come back on when we can talk 90 Day and all that stuff. This was just a quick thing she's doing us as a favor, folks, because she is pregnant and working and all of this stuff. What'd you say?
I said, I'm so happy to be on.
And also, dude, your mom, Claudia, awesome. She is so, I do well with the moms. Katie's mom likes me, and your mom likes me.
My mom loves you. Is she DMing you about all of this constantly?
We Facebook a little bit, but I've got, I don't know if she's found me on Instagram, but she's special like you are. So Janet Elizabeth, go listen to Kristen Doty's podcast today for the full Janet Elizabeth experience, and go subscribe to Kristen's podcast if you haven't already. And hopefully you'll be on, we can talk longer. But Raquel and Tom, do you think they're in it for the long haul?
I think no. I think they're in it for as long as it's a super convenient relationship where you can stay up all night taking mushrooms until sunrise. And then when it's
that's the only good relationship, Janet. That's the only good relationship is taking mushrooms. Yeah, but when it's not that, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, as soon as that's over, as soon as it's inconvenient and not, as soon as it takes work, they're both out, I think.
Do you think she'll come back for season 11?
I 50-50 on that one. I don't know if she'll come back to try to redeem herself, but I also can see her parents and people around her being like, this was the worst idea for you. I don't think her parents ever liked her being on the show. And so I think they're like, this is what we told you was going to happen. This is the worst case scenario. And so I can see them talking her out of coming back.
Well, where were her parents after? I mean, their parents really like slipped up. Anyways, sorry. I geek out on this stuff. I don't think if she's serious about her mental health, I don't think she should be back. So that's it.
I agree.
Okay. That's it. We will talk to you next time, Janet.
Thank you. Thank you.